with Stugotz and Hochman.
We have a very exciting podcast today, Stugotz.
We do, huh?
Well, this is the podcast I wanted to do last episode when I couldn't find anything.
Yes, and I was asking that question because I have no idea what we're doing every time we take the mic. So, I mean,
God bless the listeners of this podcast. Many have migrated from being, lifelong Le Batard Show listeners over to this podcast, and we appreciate it and spread the word. I mean, we like the fact, we're really doing this for fun. There's no real return on it for me other than getting to relive some of the exciting moments, doing a cameo every now and then, making $20, $25.
Yeah. You haven't reached out to me to do a cameo lately. What's going on there?
I haven't promoted the cameos in a while because it'd be very hot
Father's
to stand
Day
out
right
there
around
at
the corner.
Meisner Park.
You know what?
Coffee.
I should have kept my mouth shut. I'm sorry.
Anybody who wants a cameo of me and Stugotz, go to Cameo, search Marc Hochman, and just a summertime cameo for you and your friends.
Sure. So
regardless,
I can meet you out at a Starbucks, have a double espresso when it's 115 degrees out. Yes.
it is so fucking hot out there. The notion of drinking a coffee and recording cameos with you is just not appealing. It's why I haven't promoted it. But this is the epitome of a passion project. We have fun. And I love the fact that I hear from so many listeners, most of them, old school Le Batard Show fans. Some of them, knew they only started listening during the ESPN days, and they are just finding some of this stuff now because they follow you or have seen someone post about this, somewhere. In fact, I got a DM. You can always DM me on Instagram. That's the best way to reach out to this particular podcast and to me. It's Radio Marc Hochman on Instagram. Somebody DMs, "Hi, Hoch, and greetings from Northern Europe. I had to write something after the Lombardo episode. I was listening to your show with Dan here in Finland a long time ago when the original Lombardo call happened. I think it was through the 790 website at the time. It was such a welcome sound to hear those calls again with you and Stugotz. I was driving through my town, laughing like crazy by myself. People probably thought I was nuts. I hope you and Stugotz keep doing this for a long time. Sam Sneed, my God."
That's how you end it.
That's how you end it.
Yes.
That's the perfect sign-off on any. So if you want to reach out and help out the pod or have an idea or just want to comment, Radio Marc Hochman on Instagram. So in the last episode, I had told everyone I had just seen the Michael Jackson movie,
right,
and I had remembered a couple Michael Jackson-related things that happened with the show, and my intention was to play those, but I couldn't find any.
Right.
I knew I had done a Rihanna song where I sampled Mama Say, Mama Sa, Mamakusa into Mohamed Massaquoi, and I think it was who was it? It was Bordop Enrique.
Ricardo.
Yeah, Enrique, Ricardo, same thing. Tomato, no biggie.
What's the difference? You call Solana Falero.
Yes.
Who knows? We're getting up there in years. I'm 56 years old, Ricardo. I apologize.
I'm 42.
But so I knew I had done something Michael Jackson related there. I also, as I said in the last pod, I knew that we had interviewed Jermaine Jackson and it went south.
Yes.
But I couldn't find any of those. So pretty much the last pod was just us playing a bad fake Michael Jackson call and a bunch of Don King calls, which was fun, but not great.
It was the worst episode ever. That was it.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Not to sugarcoat it.
Yes.
Worst episode ever.
Yes. I'd like to label this in every episode the worst episode ever. I believe that episode had more downloads than any episode we've ever done.
God bless the listeners of this podcast. Ricardo found the Rihanna song that I was looking for.
Enrique.
And a listener found the Jermaine Jackson interview.
Yes.
That I was looking for.
Yes.
I should probably give him some love. What is that guy's name?
The listener.
Joseph. Joe.
Okay.
Joe.
All right.
And so I was emailing with him. He said back in the day, he would subscribe to the podcast and download every episode. So he has every full show from like years and years and years. And he's like, I heard you talking on the pod about the Jermaine Jackson thing, and I think I can recall, like, when do you think the date was? And I said, I think it was towards the end of my time on the show, so I think it was around 2011. Anyway, we narrowed it down, we found it. So this is the podcast that I wanted to do last week, and I think it'll deliver better than last week did. Not that last week was terrible, even though it was the worst show we've ever done.
But not according to the download. So
this is the Rihanna song. So Mike Ryan, I was not familiar, not that I wasn't familiar with her music, but the songs that I would parody were more, 80s and classic rock and more my genre. And I remember Mike Ryan saying, no, you got to do this Rihanna song. Is it Rihanna or Rihanna?
I think it's Rihanna, and you were doing Hall & Oates, and Mike wanted you to
exactly.
Yes, he wanted you to speak to. We were trying to gain a young audience, and Mike was like, "Why are you doing Hall & Oates songs?" Yes, I did a Michael Doliak song to Olivia Newton-John's "Heart Attack." Now, Olivia Newton-John's "Heart Attack" wasn't even popular when we were kids. No,
let alone in 2005 when I was remaking it into a Michael Doliak song.
Yes, Taylor, do you know who Hall & Oates are, and do you know Olivia Newton-John?
From Greece?
Yeah, wow. Yes. Hall & Oates not in Greece.
Hall & Oates, no.
That's a great call. Yeah. You know Hall & Oates?
No.
Okay.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
you're full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Legends.
Does Ricardo know Hall & Oates?
Emphatic yes from him.
Yeah, Ricardo, take over this podcast. Bullshit.
Nothing would make him happier. I am telling you, Hoch. You don't have a bigger fan than Enrique. I am telling you. I mean,
sorry, Ricardo. Sometimes the nickname is going to stick, and I have a feeling you're going to be Enrique for the next 10 years.
Taylor, would you go ahead and tell Hoch how many times I've called Ricardo Enrique?
A good amount.
That's why we're laughing.
So here it is. So Mike Ryan's like, hey, do this Rihanna song. It's very popular right now. And I listened to it, and I remember writing lyrics with Mike, I think. And it's Mike and Cynthia as the background vocalist. Cynthia's still part of wasn't really part of the Le Batard show back then. She worked for the radio station.
Yes.
But she's part of the Le Batard show now.
Right.
But Cynthia is the female backing vocals on this track. This was after a terrible loss by the Dolphins. It was a great game by Mohamed Massaquoi.
Of course.
And I'm not super proud of this song. It's a little cringe-inducing at the beginning, but the hook with the Mohamed Massaquoi is worth the payoff. So here's what I was trying to get to last week.
Someone by my fence sticks.
Any calling signals, back to throw, fires, intercepted by the Patriots.
Someone by my fence sticks.
The Texans defeat the Dolphins 23-13.
I know one thing about these guys, they're not going to stop quitting.
On Sunday, Phillip Rivers will throw over Vontae, and they'll have Vincent Jackson blowing the defense away. And Bill Parcells screwed this team in just about every way, but we got Mike Pouncey.
Mike Pouncey.
Jake Long. Yeah. He was our salvation, now it's all gone wrong.
Unbelievable.
Parcells made winning here impossible. Baby Reggie Bush's aura was incredible, but now he just fumbled.
There's a scrap for the ball.
Oh no, Henny's unguarded. Mark Colombo false started. We're 2 plays in and we're already down 4 touchdowns. This team has a bad taste. Parcells had a fat waist. The Dolphins slipped in urine, then ended up on their face. This friggin' team is boring. After the first half, I will be snoring. Ross has gotta cut this. I still drive a Cutlass. Please have mercy on us. Please have mercy. Please have mercy. Please have mercy on us.
McCoy, back to pass, pump fake, going right corner of the end zone. Massaquoi caught it! Mohamed Massaquoi!
Mama say, Mama Mohamed Massaquoi. 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 Mama say, Mama Mohamed Massaquoi.
I mean, what's there to be embarrassed about? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a banger. I mean.
That was a rough vocal performance at the beginning. I didn't find my footing till about 3 verses in.
Yeah, but once you found that footing, my friend, woof.
Was really good. Like that one still slaps a little bit, I think.
Yes, Taylor has done 5 Jalen Brunson songs, and I saw the jealousy the second he started listening to that song, because his are good, yours are great, you know?
And it holds up, yeah.
Yeah, you need to get him from good to great, Hoch. You do. Yes.
I will tell you, though, I was working with a fantastic producer, which was Tommy Ferrara,
the
who was our producer back then.
Yep.
And he had been in a band, and he had produced tracks before. So, like, he really was able to make these parody songs 1,000 times. Because if you go back and listen to the ones that I used to make on my own,
yes,
where I'm just singing over the song, like, they're painful compared to what Tommy would churn out for us.
So Tommy is a legend. And Tommy, you're right. He was a drummer in a rock band, like a heavy metal band, I believe. And I remember him telling me, finally, the show that wants to make songs. Like, this was a dream come true for Tommy Ferrara. He just didn't understand why it was our afternoon drive show doing sports. I mean.
So there it is. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted to get to last week, but thanks to our great listeners, I can finally get to it. And by the way, I happened to just start listening to that full show that he sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And next episode of this podcast, we'll revisit a strip club conversation that you and Dan and I had.
Yes.
And it was on the heels of you and I coming home from a strip club, apparently, the night before.
Yes. Does it involve gasoline? I mean,
it doesn't involve Murph, and it doesn't involve gasoline.
I assure you, Murph was there, though. I mean,
yeah. If not, he certainly got the bills. He got the receipts to write them down as a business expense, inexplicably. So I'd mentioned in the last ep, so I see the Michael Jackson movie, and I was like, do we ever have any connection? And I remember we had Jermaine Jackson on once.
Right.
And we were super excited. Jermaine Jackson, and I know, for young people, for Taylor, he may not understand Jermaine Jackson, it's just one of the Jacksons. Jermaine was the other successful brother, like the really successful brother. Michael was uber successful. Jermaine and Janet were the 2 other siblings who had hit songs.
Yes.
And so Michael had, died already. Jermaine had a book coming out. And we were really excited. Dan loved, the Jacksons, the Victory Tour. Dan was there for that. I had seen the Victory Tour at Comiskey Park in Chicago. Like, this was exciting. So here's the intro. And I want you to listen to this. This is Dan. Jermaine Jackson's on the line.
Right.
You guys are introducing him.
We're excited.
And then Jermaine starts to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And instantaneously, everyone realizes this is going to be bad.
Yep.
And you can feel the energy get sucked right out of the room.
Yes.
Just with Jermaine's first answer, which is almost inaudible. Here is this live on the air.
All right, our guest now is Jermaine Jackson. He's got a new book out, You Are Not Alone, Michael Through a Brother's Eyes. If you want to check out any of his work, JermaineJacksonEntertainment.com is where you go. And as we were talking about before he came on here with us, this is an iconic music family, and all their music holds up. They were making music 20 and 25 years ago that still, today, you listen to it, and music hasn't evolved beyond this point. They really were visionaries, this family, musical visionaries. Jermaine Jackson with us now on 790 The Ticket. Again, his new book is You Are Not Alone, Michael Through a Brother's Eyes. What would you say, Jermaine, is the most interesting thing in your book?
The most interesting thing is showing the human side of Michael, which is the most important thing, and showing our humble beginnings and growing up, us kicking cans home from school and wanting to be like the Motown acts and preparing and not knowing how far we would go, but we wanted it. And so what I've done in this book besides giving a true documentation of who Michael was and who we are as a family, I wanted to show the human side of Michael, and at the same time addressing all the obstacles that the media created and put before him, and all the things the false allegations and accusations that he was accused of. And I break it down. I get to the seed of everything. I show you court records and everything that was done all the way up to his passing.
He doesn't know how to use a phone.
And he doesn't know how to sell a book. I mean, I got to tell you, I had that book on order. I canceled it.
Just the energy flies out of the room.
Yes.
Just comes in and he's like, and it's one thing, I guess, if you're face to face with Jermaine, you lean in,
sure,
and you're like, oh, you have my attention, and you can talk like this but is it like you're on the phone trying to sell a book?
Yes.
And he's like, and I remember the energy getting sucked out of the room and just looking at you and Dan and going, this is going to go south.
Yes, and it happened so quickly. Dan was so excited. You could hear it in his voice as he's doing that introduction. And speaking of the introduction, pretty wordy, Hoch. There was no question there. I mean, I don't know what Dan was doing. He was filling time. I'm not certain if the connection wasn't there. You didn't have Jermaine yet. But Jesus Christ, was that a wordy intro. I mean...
Yeah, this whole notion that Dan's such a great interviewer. I mean, come on. Just go listen to the Jermaine interview. Don't clip that off.
Don't clip it. We both know that Dan is a fantastic interviewer.
I mean, he had that show on ESPN, The Art of the Conversation.
Yes, 2 episodes.
What? No wonder I couldn't find any more.
Riley and Tyson, I believe.
So you can tell in this next clip just how annoyed you are with Jermaine Jackson a couple minutes into the interview. Yeah. Listen to the disdain in Stugotz's voice.
I had a tiger on the victory tour. No one knew, but I had my tiger out there with me.
He had a tiger, Stugotz. He had a tiger with him on the victory tour.
I heard him, Dan. Yeah, no, I heard him. Jermaine Jackson joining us on 790 The Ticket. We'll be replaying Joe Hayden coming up at 6:30 tonight.
You named one of your sons Your Majesty. That seems like a bit much. Your Majesty. That's a little over the top.
Well, all of my sons' names start with a J, and his name is a lot like mine, Jerma, and I didn't know what. So I just called him Your Majesty.
So
I used my opportunity to speak to promote Joe Hayden in a way that was angry.
Play that again for a second, Taylor, because he gives this like you could tell this has gone south, and so now Dan's just making fun of the answers by going, he had a tiger, Stugotz. Like he's trying to. He's
trying to do anything. Yes.
And you're just completely out of it at this point. You want to hear the Joe Hayden interview for a second time rather than Jermaine Jackson for a first time. Just listen how annoyed Stugotz is here.
I had a tiger on the victory tour. No one knew, but I had my tiger out there with me.
He had a tiger, Stugotz. He had a tiger with him on the victory tour.
I heard him, Dan. Yeah, no, I heard him. Jermaine Jackson joining us on 790 The Ticket. We'll be replaying Joe Hayden coming up at 6:30 tonight.
I mean, what does Dan want me to do with that?
So great. I Dan obviously is waiting for a longer answer from Jermaine. He doesn't get it, so he just repeats what he said. Because he goes, I had a tiger on the victory tour. He had a tiger. It's almost like, you're a grandpa can't hear. He had a tiger on the victory tour.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard him.
Right. It's almost like Dan wanted me to sell Jermaine's book for him. A tiger!
So here goes the interview. This is ending, and Dan really, I'm not playing all, but he is asking badgering questions at this point. I actually, and it's funny because we'll revisit the reactions we had after the interview. But when I was listening to this back for the first time, I was like, wow, these questions were starting to almost get insulting. But here's how it ends. And remember, I've said since last week's pod that I remember Jermaine Jackson just kind of putting the phone down, like not hanging up, like just kind of put it down. Like, it's a very weird ending. Here's the ending to the interview.
Is it true that you married the same woman as your brother?
Oh, no.
No, that's not true.
It's falsehood. It's a falsehood. One of the many falsehoods surrounding the Jackson family, Stugotz.
All lies.
You are not alone. Michael, through a brother's eyes. Shaquille O'Neal came on with us, told us the story. Is he still there or did I lose him? Told us the story of Michael Jackson sitting on Shaquille O'Neal's bed and immediately wanting to buy the entire Shaquille O'Neal house. Give us a story of a time, Jermaine, where you were, an athlete or an actor or a musician came into your life and you looked around and said, I can't believe that this is happening to me. Well, that's good punctuation. That's as good as any, I think.
He talks quietly, though. Maybe so. Jermaine?
Joe Hayden will be replayed at the end of the 6 o'clock.
Time for a better interview. Mike Buck's going to join us right now.
I was just about to get to Michael didn't want to be black. I wanted to soften him up a little bit, but we never got to it.
Man, has there ever been an interview?
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving.
Chuck Norris comes to mind.
Just keep it moving.
All right, Mike Buck. God. Disappointing.
Keep it moving.
Dan, I'm very disappointed here. I was very much looking forward to it.
Everybody is, Stugotz. Keep it moving.
Do the waning days of summer make you feel like you're running on? I'm running on empty right now.
The name of the
right
book.
into Mike Buck.
A better interview. The name of the book he was promoting was "You Are Not Alone," and me and Dan never felt more alone.
I mean, it's just. But in Jermaine's defense, is it true you married the same girl that your brother married? Like, that's obviously an internet hoax. There was no internet hoaxes back then. But like, that's a National Enquirer hoax. Like, I'm not exactly certain where Dan was going by the end, other than he was annoyed that the interview wasn't very good. So he's just like, well, fuck it. I'm going to ask whatever I feel like asking.
He was going crazy. That's where he was going. I mean, he lost his mind. And now we know why The Art of Conversation only had a 2-episode run. I mean...
You should be thankful it wasn't Jermaine. The first interview would have been one and done.
He's going to get so mad.
Here is the first segment after the Jermaine Jackson disaster.
I'm not certain Jermaine really hung up on us. I'm not certain.
I think the time was just up.
Well, I think Jermaine doesn't know how to use a phone.
We went long with Jermaine Jackson. We come back after this.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Does not know how to use a phone. At the moment that he came on.
It was clear, right?
Dan asked a question, and Jermaine, it was like he was talking to someone in a whisper that was right across from him in a quiet place. Like, have you ever used a phone?
But if there's a family, I'm thinking, Hoch, like a family, because they're such big celebrities that have no use for a phone, they don't use the phone that often, perhaps it is the Jackson family.
Oh, he doesn't need to know how to use a phone. People come to him. All right, let me tell you about Dania Highlight. Dania Highlight is my place for action. You can make it your place for action as well. The live highlight action at Dania Highlight is jermazing. They've got live highlight, they've got simulcasting of the horses and the dogs, and they've got poker in the second floor poker room.
Oh, God.
I love hearing the show stuff intertwined with all this stuff. The segue into Mike Buck and my commercial into Dania Highlight. Like, I just like the ordinary everyday show stuff. Is just such a memory.
What a sad half hour for Dan. A Jermaine Jackson interview that went the other way. I mean, into a Mike Buck interview and then into you, Dania Highlight, Joe Hayden at 6:30.
Dan has to be thinking, what the fuck did I do with my journalism career? So this is the post-mortem. This is the next segment where we actually start to break down what happened, which we did with a lot of interviews. We would do a post-mortem. And a lot of texters were complaining that you and Dan were kind of mean and acerbic to Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah.
That you guys were culpable in the disaster. Here's how that segment went.
Hoch, am I missing something? Like, what did we do wrong? What was wrong with the questions that I was asking?
Well, let's do it this way, Dan. Excuse me, because we had Rampage Jackson on earlier this week, and it was a dreadful interview, that was on us.
I botched that one. I botched that one because I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be for that interview, and I got some facts wrong.
My point is, Dan, and the reason I bring that up is when we botch it, we have no problem telling you that we botched it. But I'm with you. I don't feel like we did anything wrong during that interview. I really don't.
There are times that we'll book a guest, and I kind of know that Dan's, why do I have this guy on? And I can tell that it might be one of those interviews where he's going to poke and prod a little bit.
This wasn't that guy.
This was not the case. In fact, I was a little annoyed by how much you stroked him when he came on the air. I've never heard you talk that glowingly about someone before they came on the air. So this was certainly not a case of you being disrespectful. You're a huge fan of their music.
First concert I've ever been to, and I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
And I didn't think it was.
I was about 2 or 3 questions away from getting disrespectful and getting angry. Just to be honest, in the spirit of being honest here.
I don't think he did anything wrong either.
No,
He's
Hoch,
just not interesting.
No, Michael Jackson, I'm a big fan, huge fan, but he's strange, and the world could see that he was strange.
It's and when brother.
Hoch, when you get a cold, okay, and you're walking around in a hospital mask, I've had several colds, you've had them, I never see anyone walking around in a hospital mask. I'm not holding my baby over a ledge 15 stories up in a hotel. He did some strange things, and for Jermaine to make it feel like we're the strange ones, that's where I was taking issue with
it. It seemed like Michael Jackson never grew up. It seemed like at 50 years old, he was still a child in every way, still playing with children. People couldn't believe the idea that he would have kids in his home and there not be some sort of sexual intimacy if he was having them sleep in his bedroom. But it seems like he never grew up.
What it showed me, though, was Jermaine is as delusional as Michael was. That's what the interview showed me.
No, but I think, I would disagree with you on this because I would say that what Jermaine was is a little too absolute and a little too resolute in believing that because the media was not fair to the family, and I'm assuming that if any of us went through what they went through with the media, we too might feel like the media wasn't fair. I think he's just gone so far over to the other edge that nothing the media did was accurate. That every portrayal, that everything that involved the Jackson family, I sort of understand, Stugotz. I mean, do I blame him? No, I don't blame him. I understand. I mean, this was a family that felt persecuted by the American media. Of its own doing? I mean, a lot of us have weird stuff in our families. Not a lot of us live our entire lives on a stage.
No, I mean, listen, I have weird stuff with my family, too. It just annoys me when everyone knows you're weird. Everyone knows you're a little bit strange. It's okay to be different and strange, and yet you're making everyone else feel like, hey, you're the strange ones. We're perfectly normal over here.
That's the part that was annoying to me. I like people that have some kind of self-awareness and people that can make fun of themselves a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody picking on my family either, but if my son Jer David does something silly, like, I'll be the first one to point it out.
You're so proud of that, Jer David line.
Always coming in there with the haymaker. Always, because we would do that after a lot of interviews.
Yes.
We would do a post-mortem and go
good and bad,
right?
Yes.
Because texters were always weighing in on whether they thought the interview was good, bad, whether you were good, whether Dan was good. And that was part of the fun, I think, of the show was then dissecting, because no sports radio show did this.
Right.
We would then dissect what we did the previous segment, although some people would get annoyed by that.
Right.
They would say, Jesus Christ, move on.
Talk about guys, it was bad. Move on to the Dolphins. Let's go. Right.
We wanted resolution after those interviews.
What do you got, Taylor?
In Jermaine's defense, I do think you guys went to Jafar Jackson.
To Jafar Jackson.
So here it is. You and I are wrapping up the show. This is what I think happened.
Okay.
I think, and this would happen every now and then, I think Dan would go, that was a bad show, and then he would just want to leave early, and he would say, can you guys finish?
Yeah.
Sometimes he had an appointment that he had to get to, so I don't know why he wasn't there for this final wrap up. But you and I love just, again, the mundane show stuff. You and I are promoting some events that are coming up for the show, which also has to make, like, if Dan got into his car after what he considered to be a bad show, I'm imagining Joe Hayden and Jermaine Jackson was not the pinnacle of.
No. But I got to tell you, like, don't leave early if you're going to get mad at what me and Hoch do once you leave. I mean, how about that?
Yeah. But I think probably just sad in us listing all the things that are coming up, like the quarterdeck appearance. You know, like
we had to get him in while Dan was out. I mean, I think he left early, Hoch, because we were running back Joe Hayden at 6:30. The show was over at 7, and he just wanted to get out of there.
Why did he have to leave though? Did he have an appointment? Did he just want to get home? I don't know.
I'm thinking here, just and I think you'll agree with me. Hayden probably took us to nearly to the end of the show, and it was like a 4-minute segment, and we're like, Dan, just get out of here. Yeah, and he was in a bad mood, and we're like, just get out of here. You know,
you might as well just get out of here, and we'll just wrap it up. And this is us wrapping up that show.
Food Truck Derby is Saturday. That's at Gulfstream Park, and then Saturday night, we've got another UFC watch party, and that's at the quarterdeck near Sawgrass Mills.
Yeah, it's actually out in Plantation. We'll be out there at 8 o'clock, and we'll have prizes to give away, food and drink specials. And, of course, we love Frank, the owner, out at quarterdeck, and every time we go out there, Hoch, the place is packed. So that's going to be a great time. So Saturday night, you can make a nice little night of it there. If you're a 790 fan, Food Truck Derby at Gulfstream Park, and then when you're done with that, come on over and drink with us and watch the UFC at the quarterdeck.
Yeah,
perfect night.
Food Truck Derby starts at 5 o'clock, so you can chow down there, and then you get your drink on at quarterdeck. I think the UFC cards start at 9 o'clock now, right? They start at 9 o'clock. So.
Yeah, they start at 9 o'clock. It's Jones versus Rampage Jackson. And by the way, it's located at 12370 West Sunrise Boulevard out in Plantation. That's the quarterdeck out there.
And speaking of Rampage Jackson, we had Rampage Jackson on earlier in the week. If you missed the interview or the other Jackson that we had on today, Jermaine Jackson, if you missed either of those Jackson interviews, you need to go to 790theticket.com/Dan and listen to those interviews either via the podcast or online at the archives, because it was 2 terrible Jackson interviews. Rampage Jackson interview went awry because you and Dan were ill-prepared. The Jermaine Jackson interview went awry today because we have theorized that he doesn't know how to use a telephone.
He doesn't. We can't interview Jacksons.
It's very difficult to interview someone on the phone when they have no experience on a phone.
It seemed like that was the first time Jermaine has ever used a phone, did it not?
It was weird. Dan comes out with the question, and Jermaine starts to answer, and Jerron turns to me and he says, I don't think Jermaine Jackson knows how to use a phone. It's very possible Jermaine Jackson was holding the phone upside down. Sometimes if I'm driving home after work and I'll call my kid, he'll answer the phone and I'll go, hey, you have the phone upside down? I felt like someone should have yelled that at Jermaine Jackson.
Yep. Speaking of home, I'm coming home. Cheetah Hallandale Beach, here I come. Zaslow's up next.
You and I are in our fucking element.
A couple of radio pros cutting it up. I mean,
a couple of radio pros with the food truck derby, the quarterdeck. Here's a couple of interviews we did. You got to check it out on the website. Yes. We actually can listen to interviews on the website now. And I'm coming home, Cheetah, because you got to weave in a sponsor at the end. Yes. Zaslow's next. I mean, like Carrie Strug hitting the perfect landing. I mean, we are in our fucking element.
And our Bella Caroli was in a car driving home listening to Jim Mandich.
Great Bella Caroli reference.
I think I said it right.
That was excellent. So what a great trip down memory lane. Only because I really love that ordinary radio stuff.
So do I.
I mean, we're talking about having a UFC watch party at quarterdeck. I mean, this is what we love. What did I say? Like T-shirts or something?
We had prizes.
Prizes.
Yes.
Who doesn't love radio prizes?
Taylor said to me in my ear, "We need to bring back radio prizes," and I'm with him. I don't know what happened to him.
Radio prizes.
Yeah, give me a koozie.
My God, Sam Snead. My God. Anyway, if there's something you want to hear on the With Stugotz and Hochman podcast, just DM me, Radio Marc Hochman, on Instagram. And if you're looking for a great restaurant in Delray Beach, I don't even know if Buddha sponsors us anymore.
No
I never
idea.
got anything but the first certificates.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're looking for a great restaurant in Delray Beach, you got Burton Max's, which I think is Lions and Atlantic. And then you've got Deck 84.
Great spot.
Which is at the Intracoastal on Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah, very nice.
And then you can always order a Cameo from us as well.
Yeah. I prefer you didn't, but it's fine. I mean,
pretty soon,
yeah,
we're going to start a website and sell radio prizes. How about that?
Oh, my God. I'm so excited. Are we really? For real? Can we? I
mean, we'll work on it.
Horsemuffins.com.
I'm bringing back horsemuffins.com, baby. We end every episode of the podcast where Stugotz has to get 3 athlete nicknames right.
All right.
So here are your choices for today, because I got to get out of here anyway. Karl Malone.
Mailman.
Let's see. I'm looking for Mark Fidrich. I think I may have dropped that on you on one of the previous episodes.
I want to say the Bird or something.
It is Mark the Bird Fidrich.
Ah, the Bird. Yes, love that.
And how about, man, do you know, I don't want to hold this against you. Do you know Tony Kukoc?
Tony Kukoc. Wow.
Anybody hear my cat meowing in the background?
No. The cat? Tony Kukoc had a nickname?
Yeah, I didn't know this either, and I was a huge Bulls fan.
What could it be?
Do you know Taylor?
I looked it up.
Yeah.
No.
Give me a hint.
Has to do with where he's from.
Where is Tony from?
The Croatian sensation.
Ah, the Croatian sensation.
But now I got to reset it. You got to get 3 right. Steve Francis.
I just call him one of Jordan's teammates that he carried the titles. I mean, that's it. Yeah. Stevie Franchise. Yeah.
There you go.
That's 3.
Mark Sanchez.
Sanchez. That's 4.
There
Bonus.
you go.
Yes.
And how about Vinnie Johnson?
Ah, the microwave.
There you go. All right. That'll wrap it up for With Stugotz and Hochman. We will speak with you on the next episode.
Joe Hayden coming up next.
With Stugotz and Hochman.